Good morning, everyone. We're going to be starting our service this morning by singing Put Your Roots Down. And this feels like a rise in body or spirit kind of opening, just because it's talking about feeling the earth underneath you. So I'm going to do it, we've done it before here, but I'm going to go ahead and do it call and response a little bit so that you get the feeling for how it goes. So I'll sing a little part of it first and then you respond. So, put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your foot on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Repeat it. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Me, for the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. For the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. Listen to me again. For the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. Me is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Is the same blood as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? From the beginning, 2, 3, yeah. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear the sing if you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. For the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across the bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? One more time. Let your body sway. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. For the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across the bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Quieter. Are you listening again? Are you listening? Even quieter. Are you listening? Thank you.
Waiting. It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so you began seeking beloved community. A people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms wide open to the possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home and welcome to worship. As we begin our service, let us take a moment of grounding. We acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional land of the Duwamish people, stewards of this land, past, present, and future. We offer humility and gratitude as we honor this land and the peoples of this land. Let us commit to our role in the story of repair of our relationship with this land and its people. Whoever you are, wherever you have come from, whatever the color of your skin, whoever and however you love, however your body moves and your brain works, however you identify, you are welcome in this faith community. Our Unitarian Universalist tradition has no test of faith, no creed or oath to swear. We have instead the promises we make to one another, commitments we make to healing a hurting world within and beyond these walls. Welcome, everyone.
Good morning. I'm David Bullington, a worship associate, joined this morning by Reverend Carter Smith. Thank you for coming to share in this communal reflection on attention and reflection. Yes, we are reflecting on reflection. If you are with us for the first time, or the first time in a while, we are especially glad to have you here. If you haven't already, please scan the QR code on the card in your pew to view the order of service, fill out our welcome form, or sign up for our newsletter. The chalice is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist heritage. May its heat energize us for the work that we do. May its light make our vision clear and bright. May its warmth comfort us always. This morning, as we light this flame, we mark this time as sacred time. We mark this space as sacred space. Our chalice lighter today is Donna Taylor. Would you please come forward? As Donna lights our chalice, please join me in speaking the words of our congregation's affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, thus do we covenant with one another. Now, please take a moment to greet your neighbors. As always, we love to see these lively conversations. We hope you continue them after our service at coffee hour, and we also have soup lunch after service today, hosted by our youth group. There will be a variety of soups and breads with a suggested donation of $5. As is our community tradition, our chalice lighter has been asked to share something personal to them so that we can get to know them better. Donna has been asked to offer a piece of poetry that is meaningful to her.
Good morning. David has assured me that as I read and as I mess up, you will not be laughing at me. You will be laughing with me, or you will be so joyous that you do not have to be up here doing this. Okay, good morning, and I am very grateful to be here. I'm sharing a poem today called Kindness by Naomi Shihab Ni. It's one that I often read because it speaks to something so real about being human. It reminds me that kindness isn't just a nice gesture. It's something we learn through experience, especially the hard kind. The poem says that before we can truly know kindness, we must know loss, to have had something precious taken from us. This is a heavy thought, but it is also hopeful, because it means even out of grief, something healing and generous can grow. What I love about this poem is that it meets us wherever we are, whether we are feeling strong or unsure, settled or struggling. It reminds us that every act of kindness, given or received, has the power to steady us, to bring us back to our shared humanity. Kindness. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go, so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, the passengers eating maize and corn will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he was someone too, and this who journeyed through the night with plans, and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows, and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere, like a shadow or a friend. Thank you.
I invite you all to rise in body or spirit once more here, and we're going to sing Meditation on Breathing. And I would like to start it with us just singing the breathe in, breathe out. Which, Sarah, why don't you go ahead and bring, yeah, great. So it'll just be that breathe in, breathe out. We'll do that to start off with. And then I'll just layer in the two other parts. And you can feel free to stay on the breathe in, breathe. Can I have a seat there? Breathe in. You can sort of feel free to just stay on that if you want to. If it's like, ooh, I'm feeling this breath moving through me. It feels good. Or you can do one of the other lines and I'll layer them in. Okay, here we go. So, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe. One more time, feel that breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. One more time. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe. Everyone on breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Thank you.
Good. In a moment, we will share in our offering, a practice of generosity that sustains the work of this congregation. Each month, 1/3 of our undesignated offerings go to a partner in the wider community. For the month of February, our community giving recipient is our own Congregant Care Fund, a discretionary fund we use to assist members of our own community during times of unexpected financial hardship, such as funding hotels for people in housing transition, paying unexpectedly high utility bills, or to help recover from a fire or flood. You can give by cash or check in the baskets that will be passed around. We have envelopes to record your name on these if you would like. To give by text, follow the instructions on the screen. And now, please enjoy this gift of music.
Thank you for your generosity, which sustains this community, and thank you to our musicians. Let us now take a moment for our joys and sorrows in the community. Now we are going to do our joys and sorrows ritual with our stones, and I would ask for some ushers to help move the table. During this time, you are invited to approach our altar table from the side aisles, place a stone in one of our water bowls, and return to your seat via the center aisle. You are invited to hold your stone, take a moment to fill it with prayerful intention, and place it in the bowl, letting what is on your heart mingle with the joys and sorrows of this whole community. For those of you joining remotely, please participate as well. Please place a stone or other sacred object near you and feel you joining in this ritual with us. Let us begin. Let us continue to lift one another up in love as we sing, "There is a Love." Please join me in a moment of prayer and meditation with these words from Reverend Dr. Rebecca Savage. Spirit of life within and around us, be present to our collective yearning for renewal in this moment. Life has become so much these days, with the demands and pressures of jobs and roles, the tugs of the heart of people and places we miss and long for, the ways that when so much is asked of us, we crumble just a little bit more each day under the weight of it all. With soul-crushing, devastating news and updates from around the world and in our own communities, the loved ones in our lives hurting and struggling, the ways that we are hurting and struggling. Spirit of life, we pause to acknowledge the many challenges of life and send love and care within and out in the world. We pause to honor and hold space for the struggles we experience in our bodies and in our spirits. We send love and care to those tender places. And we pause to receive the abundant mystery and grace, to receive the power of a love that is greater than ourselves, to heal and nourish us. We call upon all the transcendent gifts of renewal to be bestowed upon us, for an energizing renewal to fill us in the ways that serve our lagging spirits when our own resilience wanes. Spirit of life, we give thanks and gratitude for the sweetness of renewal, that it may linger in us, be amplified and multiplied towards healing and wholeness. In the name of all that is hopeful and holy, may it be so. Amen.
I invite you during this song to really let the images of nature that are contained herein to really reach inside of you and warm your heart and remind you of how close we can be to a feeling of oneness with all that's around us. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. drifting by. You know how I feel. Threads drifting by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me. And I'm
So this past Wednesday, I showed up to one of my usual shifts as a chaplain at Legacy Emmanuel Hospital. I learned when I showed up that our spiritual care team always makes sure to offer a moment to recognize Ash Wednesday to hospital staff, patients, and visitors. And I was going to lead that. We sat up in the Interfaith Chapel, myself and a formerly Catholic colleague who's now Buddhist. We stood at the head of the labyrinth painted on the bamboo floor. light filtering in through the stained glass window that honors the two rivers Portland rests upon, with the soft glow of battery-operated tea lights that people offer in prayer. And we did an Ash Wednesday blessing. For about half an hour, anyone who wished was invited to stop by to receive a mark of ashes on their forehead and a printed blessing they could take with them. And later we would bring our ashes to the rooms of patients who requested it and the offices of staff who couldn't quite arrange their breaks in the right time, anyone who was unable to come down to the chapel. And so first I had to get through some imposter syndrome of this not being a ritual that holds significance in my tradition, and I was assured that it is the one Catholic ritual truly open to all. But as we stood there, receiving and blessing, I was overwhelmed by the tenderness. The chance, a rare chance to gently touch the foreheads of colleagues, nurses, therapists, custodians, and doctors, to offer them a remembrance of their connection to something larger than themselves. Remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. In some contexts, these words are harsh. They make us think of an angry God, a punitive God. It feels like we are small and weak in comparison to a Lord we are taught to fear. But I hope that the people I spoke these words to heard something different. Remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Somehow, in the vast, swirling cosmos of all that exists, this life springs up and into bodies of marvelous beings of all kinds, and we humans are a part of this. We come from the mystery and go back to the mystery. We are made of stardust and from the humble soil of this earth, every single one of us, with no exceptions. The ash, then, is a memento mori that asks us to touch into our deeper nature. It asks us, how then do we want to live? The ceremony is called the imposition of ashes. It is a visible mark of faith, so people wear ashes throughout the day, are invited into awareness of how their actions might represent their values to others. Imposition means to lay upon. This is a blessing that comes with a challenge to know oneself differently than we do in our usual hurrying around. Ash Wednesday marks the start of Lent, a 7-week period in the Christian liturgical calendar when followers prepare spiritually for Easter. They are preparing their spirits for the retelling of the story of the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Lent is a solemn observance, echoing the 40 days that Jesus spent alone in the desert, being tempted by demons, figuring some things out before he began his public ministry. It is a time of preparation. Traditionally, Lent is understood as a period of repentance marked by fasting, prayer, and giving to others. In the modern day, Christians will choose something they might give up for this period, such as many Catholics who give up meat, or rather than abstaining from something, believers might take on a different spiritual discipline to help them with that preparation process. This year, the first day of Lent was also the first day of Ramadan, the central Muslim holy observance of fasting, prayer, and giving to others. And these two coincided with the Lunar New Year on the exact same day. The combination of all three lining up like this only happens every 163 years, is what my research has found, so it's pretty remarkable. Though Lent and Ramadan have very similar core practices, their histories are actually quite different. Ramadan celebrates the month in the Islamic calendar when the Prophet Muhammad received the Quran to transcribe. But similarly to Lent, Muslims are invited to use this time to set intentions and draw closer to their faith. There's resonance here. On Substack and YouTube in recent weeks, one can find countless writers and vloggers from all around the world speaking about the work of getting ready for Ramadan. It doesn't just start on the first day. For these men and women, Ramadan is a time of great peace and focus as they take the opportunity to focus on recalibrating their spiritual lives. For Muslims who are less rigorous in their practice, they may choose this time to just focus on showing up to the obligatory prayers on time and with genuine presence. That may be all. For those who want to dive into a deeper challenge, they may try to offer as many voluntary prayers as they can, or read the entire Quran, or study the 99 names of God in order to know their Creator better. There are many intentions that people can set. In this sense, for practicing Muslims, fasting is what sets the rhythm of the days, but it is only one piece of the discipline of Ramadan. Fasting, abstaining from food and water between sunrise and sunset, is said to be valuable because it is a practice that is only between the person doing it and God. It is not something that bears visible fruit that can be shown off to others. Fasting is also understood as a time to practice living the truth that challenges and hardship can be eased when one has faith. One vlogger, Hanan Abdu, reflected last year on Ramadan about experiencing the illness and death of her mother the previous year. Abdu named it as the hardest experience of her life, but believed that her spiritual practice had helped her prepare to see the blessings present even in this time of grief. The blessings of closeness she felt to her mom in the final days, the blessings that her mother did not suffer more. She likened it to a feeling of fasting all day while having the faith that the time to break the fast will come and that she will be okay. It's winter. I had a cold a couple weeks ago. When I hear this story, the story of grief and spiritual strength, I hear the potential for spiritual resilience that Muslims cultivate during Ramadan. To be sure, there are countless Ramadan traditions from around the world. I can't speak to all of them, and I speak to you as an outsider who does not know these traditions from experience. But what I have had the gift to witness is the sense of peace and sweetness that comes in this month, from greeting the hospital coworker who I know is fasting, and seeing a deeper warmth in his smile than usual, to the Uber driver with a prayer mat in his trunk who made sure I understood I would be welcome at the neighborhood mosque for iftar, the post-sunset meal to break the day's fast. This year, the new crescent moon that marked the start of Ramadan also marks the start of New Year in many Asian and other communities around the world. While not explicitly religious, the Lunar New Year is a festival that echoes this call to greater intentionality and starting anew. For those who celebrate, as we learned in our song, this is a time for family reunions, festive foods, honoring ancestors, giving gifts, cleaning, all to bring luck and prosperity and joy in the year to come. As a Unitarian Universalist who didn't grow up in another faith or in a culture that celebrated Lunar New Year, these observances are mainly not my practices. But there is a craving that reflecting on them awakens. How wonderful that literally billions of people around the world have this time to dedicate to spiritual practice and preparing for a new year and joyfully entering this month. As Unitarian Universalists, our pluralism means that there are people in this faith community who bring these identities and practices with them. But as a tradition, we don't have an equivalent period of intensification of practice, at least not one that we do all together. This is because we generally lean away from telling one another what we should do to be good UUs. And we do not believe that any one spiritual prescription will be the right path for everyone. So many of us embark on journeys of crafting our own spiritual practices. We have home altars, oracle card pulls, community service, ethical dietary choices, journaling, meditation, prayer. But for many UUs, the main spiritual practice that we do in community is just attending services on Sundays and holidays. But I think that this impulse to intensification of practice isn't unknown to us. Many amongst us attend meditation retreats, daily recovery meetings. We take up 30-day challenges to practice gratitude or study wisdom teachings or find ways to live more rigorously in our ethical beliefs. As humans, we seem to understand that setting aside dedicated time to practice something we deeply value has the power to transform us. We commit to it intentionally and consistently, and change becomes possible, not because we are trying to be different people than we already are, but we are trying to be more mindful, more compassionate, more grounded, more resilient, more residing in the truth of our interdependence with all life. Through intensification of spiritual practice, we might be able to be more clear about our ability to live in accordance with our values and where we need to put more work in. There's a beautiful article by Rimshaw, the writer of The Tiny Pomegranate. It speaks beautifully to the possibilities of this in her reflection on Ramadan. She writes, "A Ramadan well lived to me is about decommodifying, deconsuming, and decompressing. We've all heard the brilliant mantra of rest being resistance. And at its heart, worship is inextricably tied with the stillness it takes to reclaim our livelihoods unbound by capitalism. Instead, we are gently encouraged to turn away from worldly distractions and find comfort in what was always meant to sustain us, community. It is through this process of faith and resistance that we are acutely aware of our privilege and the work we are beautifully bound to do to create brighter futures across borders. Ramadan raises our consciousness. Through temporary exhaustion, hunger, and thirst, we cannot forget all those for whom it is not temporary. In the wake of Ramadan's spiritual nourishment, I am reminded of its lived rejection of the exploitation that is so mercilessly interwoven into the fabric of society. How magnificent is it that instead of being governed by a 9-to-5 existence, we are bound to the cycles of the sun and the moon, existing in harmony with the world around us. Our journey here was not destined to coalesce with the soul-crushing values of capitalism, and Ramadan comes around every year to remind us of our grander purpose. I only hope to take these lessons with me through the remainder of the year. I love this reflection. And in reading it, I ask, is there an invitation here for non-Muslims? What could it mean for us to bind ourselves to the cycles of the sun and the moon? Could we take the time to devote ourselves to a deepening connection to that which we hold most sacred? Many of us shy away from expressions of of religion that feel controlling and demanding, or say that there is one correct way to practice spirituality. So it is challenging to engage with the idea of strict fasting or obligatory prayers. But let that not mean that we make no room for willingly taking up disciplines for the sake of living more deeply. There is room in our faith, too, for more rigorous spirituality. From our Unitarian heritage, we reject doctrines of predestination that claim we humans were inherently sinful and totally depraved. We look to our forebears in their celebration of human reason and free will, who preached that we have the moral ability and responsibility to learn and transform into more just and loving versions of ourselves. We have no single prescription to follow. You do not need to fast for a month or have a perfect daily meditation streak or know any scripture front to back. But I ask, is there a spiritual practice you have been wanting to try? Or rather, is there one that you have that you want to be more consistent in? Do you have opportunities in your life to reflect on the ways you are living up to your most deeply held values? How do you recalibrate and keep returning to love? The answers will not be the same for each of us, but the invitation is there. So, as we go into our weeks and into this month, let us honor the sacred gifts of the season, affirmed by so many communities around the world. Let us wish peace, joy, and prosperity to one another, and especially to those in our lives who are observing these holidays. And may we explore our own potential for dedicated practice. May we see the strength we are capable of, and grant ourselves grace. May we learn to live more by the cycles of the sun and the moon. Amen.
I invite you once again to rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 126 in the gray hymnals, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune our hearts to sing thy praise. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. While the hope of life's affliction fills our hearts with joy and love, teach us ever to be faithful. May we still thy goodness prove. Come thou fount of every vision, lift our hearts to what may come. See the lion and the young lamb dwell together in thy home. Hear the cries of war fall silent, feel our love glow like the sun. When we all serve one another, then our heaven is begun. Come thou fount of inspiration, turn our lives to higher ways. Lift our gloom and desperation, show the promise of this day. Help us find ourselves in union, help our hands tell of our love. With thine aid, O fount of justice, earth be fair as heaven above. Thank you.
you, Scott. Now, I would like to share my own reflection on what a season of attention means to me. I know we're all changing the order of things up here, keeping you on your toes. I love that Carter's reflection on the cycles and seasons that are beyond what we regularly acknowledge with Western calendars. Our ancestors lived in a way that was much more tied to this cycle and whims of nature than we are today. While these modern creature comforts are certainly nice, there can be a removal from nature in our everyday life. Traditions associated with observation of natural cycles help remind us that we are of this earth. As the seasons wax and wane, our environment changes, which is actually a very important part of allowing change to take place within us. Stale, monotonous, unchanging surroundings keep our brain from changing and growing. It's actually a pretty cool neuroscience thing. Change was provided automatically for our ancestors because they were surrounded by nature every day. By bringing our attention to the change that is happening naturally around us, we facilitate change within. So make some change in your living space. Move the furniture around, paint a wall, get a dog that needs walking. I also see a curious connection between the seasonal shift, Lent, and Ramadan. As our ancestors approach spring, the food stores may have begun to run low some years. There may have been some fasting that began out of necessity to allow what you have to last. Hunger has a way of bringing up what lies beneath the surface. This is true at a societal level too, but within us, it forces us to feel our body and actually improves our interoception. In this way, it can bring to light some feelings and emotions that we did not realize were there. And in a restful state, spurred by the desire to conserve calories, allow us to gaze within. Truly, this inner reflective work is well suited for the end of winter, seeing where our attention has been so that we can more clearly focus on what we desire to create with this life. As spring breaks forth from the frost, or in our case, the gray blanket of clouds, we allow the incoming warmth to drive our passion for life, bursting into new creation. So my question to you is this: what do you want to create this spring? Get clear on your desire, and here's a fun manifestation trick: keep all of that energy and incitement inside you to fuel you. What you talk about diminishes. It vents the energy of that excitement. It literally gives us an endorphin dump that makes our brain think that we have already accomplished the thing that we're talking about, lowering our internal drive. So talk about what you have already accomplished, share those things, and focus on where you're going. Our attention intensifies energy. Another seasonal comparison I like is the light and dark. Two sides of the same coin, and without one, there would be no coin. Everything has positives and negatives to it. Unrest brings growth. If we find ourselves unaware of one or the other, the universe has a way of showing it to us, and the dramatic reenactments can grow to quite a fever pitch. So in this reflective state, understand the coin in its entirety. This complete understanding of all the coins available to you, all of the options you can work toward, allows informed choice without getting blindsided by the universe. Then you can focus on the coin that calls to you. Speaking of rituals involving light and dark, for our next service, we will collectively participate in the time-honored tradition of obliterating our circadian rhythms, otherwise known as daylight savings. But for the other side of the coin, sunset will be at 7:05 p.m. Woo. This ritual will take place whether or not you decide to join us for what feels like 9:30 for our service on Meeting the Moment on March 8th, where Carter will talk about how to move past the traditional stress responses of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, and share insight on another option, flock. How can we come together with courage to show up in the face of larger conflict? Thank you for sharing your time with us. It is a blessing to do this sacred work together. Thank you to Scott Farrell, Marion Key, John Hanson, and Ronnie Bishop for the music, Reverend Carter for her enlightening sermon, Lailani Davenberry and her backup singers, that's you, our chalice lighter, Donna Taylor, Nate Mesnard and Sarah Deppa up in the tech booth, ushers and hospitality. Thank you.
I invite you to please rise one more time in body and or spirit for our closing words. Dear ones, be kind, be brave, be just, be merciful, be hopeful. This is how we keep our chalice flame burning until we are together again to light it anew. So I'll invite Donna to come forward to release our flame. As she does so, may you go into this week blessed and blessing the world. We hold you in our love as you go.